Hello everybody and welcome back to another BeamNG video, and today we're going to be testing out some different supercars and whatnot. This is like an exception because I didn't have really any other supercars. I was going to do 5, but I just kind of substituted that. So let's go over looks first. Obviously these two right here are already in the game, this being the Skintella, I guess, and this is the Bolide. Both of them are pretty fast. Obviously the newer one is a little bit faster. This one has 2 bottles of NOS in the back, and overall this thing looks pretty sweet. Kinda looks like it's got a beard or a mouth. I'd give the rating on this thing like a 9 out of 10. It's really good. Next up we have this Bolide in a nice little red color here, and the hood doesn't open. But looking around this thing, you can tell it's very old looking. It almost looks like a Countach or like an old Ferrari. Probably more on the Ferrari side. But overall, I think I like it. It's more like a 7 out of 10. Next up, we have some real cars here. We have first off the Lamborghini Murcielago Superlega, and I barely fit. So it's pretty basic. It looks like any normal Lamborghini. So I'm not really a fan of Lamborghinis, honestly. So I'd rate this like a 6 out of 10. Next up we have the Pagani Huayra, and this thing is pretty sweet, other than the fact it's missing a mirror, and the windows look either A, they're really clean, or B, they're just not there. Coming around back, excuse me, coming around back, yep, we got another missing window. Other than that, I'd say it looks pretty good. It's got like 2 gold exhaust tips and 2 black ones. It's pretty weird. And I'm a Pagani fan. Maybe just walking by it kind of made it fell off, because I can move this one. I don't know. It's weird. Why is it missing a mirror? I don't know. Next up we have the R33 here. The GTR R33. Now me personally, I'm not really a fan of the R33 either. My favorite GTR is the R32, which is the one before this one. In my opinion, the taillights just, they don't look right. But that's just my opinion. So I guess we'll start off with, I guess it was me who knocked off the mirrors. Great. So we'll start off with the R33 here. So first we're going to do like a little rev. See how they sound. This thing really doesn't have much of an exhaust. Also, let's take in consideration BeamNG's detail. So take a look at this. This one is August, and it says 2024. But we go over to this this car here. It is a November 2023. So assuming that you're legal they changed the tags for you. That's pretty cool. That's something I really never noticed. So this thing, I think, is automatic, I think. No, it's a manual. So let's go ahead and drive it. I'll just do like a couple laps around the block or something. So right off the bat, I for one can't drive it. So yeah, I kind of dented it a little bit. What's up with that headlight texture too? Why is it red? That's weird. It's pretty quick. I just did like a little pull there, and it's pretty quick. Let's see if we can do a little pull down the street real quick, because I think the street is pretty long. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. The crash effects, okay, other than the fact that I didn't literally, oh, there's some steering. The crash effects are kind of goofy. This doesn't look realistic. So let's go ahead and move on to the Pagani, I guess. Next, we'll just go in the line this way. Start. Let me go ahead and replace the mirrors, because I kind of need those to see. Alright, for one, the steering's very, it's much more tighter, I'd say. This thing sounds a lot more mean. Like, let's just get a listen. Like, you can hear the turbo. So let's, I think this one, yeah, this one's an automatic. Oh, look at that, the flaps pop up for aerodynamics. It seems pretty quick. I mean, it should be for a Pagani, but ignore the fact that it just hit the shifter. It's also got an ESC to keep you going in the right direction too. Like, let's go ahead and turn that off, see how much it spins the tires. Whoosh! It spins them, that's for sure. I wonder if it can do a burnout. Oh yeah. Big one too. This thing's really mean. I think this one's the best one so far, even though I've only tested two. Other than the fragile mirrors, I'd say this thing's pretty sweet. Now we gotta test the crash damage too. So let's go ahead and just drive around and find a good spot to crash it. Okay, so again, the crash physics are like very interesting, like this little roller coaster from like it bending. Go ahead and move it out the street. And I can confirm it does in fact have a window. It's just really clear. There, that should be good enough out of the way. But yeah, this thing is kind of weird on its crash damage. So let's go ahead and go to the Lamborghini Super Lego. Also, I noticed the wheel is like back here in the wheel well. It's like back a little bit. Okay, I think it should be more like right here and be in the wheel well, not around it. But hey, let's go ahead and use the paddles for this one, even though it's dry. It's an automatic. This one feels a little more loose on the steering, and I actually like this steering a lot better. It's a lot more realistic feeling. The Pagani feels like, kind of feels like stuff is grinding, and this one feels smooth. Sounds pretty mean too. Let's go ahead and take it on our normal route. This car is noticeably slower than the other ones, that's for sure. Let's go ahead and turn off the ESC. Let's see how it does the burnout. Let's see. It won't do one. Let me just try that. Kinda does one. Not very good. I think Pagani's burnout was a lot better than this one. That's for sure. Now time for the last test, the crash test. Let's try it in a better spot. I did not mean to actually crash there. I'm gonna try to do all of them like very similar, like on this front left half, like with a pole, just to kind of demonstrate like a similar accident. Now obviously this one I hit dead center, but you can see that I think this one folds a little better than the other two, but it's still a little wonky because of these like hard edges. But now let's see how the actual in-game ones perform. Now I know these two cars are known for spinning out, like just having this random patch of power. So we'll just see how this goes. You can definitely tell that this one's a lot slower. No ESCs, obviously, because it's way too old for that. You can definitely tell that's an old car. It's definitely got power when it's needed, though. I'm just a bad drifter. Alright, let's go ahead and go this way. I just tried to spin out again. I did spin out. I bet you this thing's gonna do a really good burnout. So let's bring it up here to our burnout spot. too shabby. That was actually really good. Oh. Let me try not to crash. So now we gotta find a pole that's kind of out of the way to hit. Because we got one more car to test. There we go, right there. Yeah, you can definitely see that these ones are a little bit more realistic. You can see that it still has like hard, jagged edges, but it's much more smoother. The hood kind of still bends. Like, weird, but hey, it's a lot better looking in my opinion. Now, time for the last one. Let's see, does it? It spits fire. Alright, let's see how this thing goes. Definitely not the quickest one we've tested so far. I think the Pagani was a little quicker than this thing was. It's got a lot better handling, that's for sure. Except for that little power boost. Yep, that's definitely Savetta. These cars always are like... Maybe it's the turbo, the way the turbo is, but it's like always spins out. Even with an ESC. Let's try this again. Let's try to be a little more smooth this time. Yeah, I don't get these cars. Just these ones always. Let's see. It's burnout time. Brakes definitely suck because one of these cars just has so much power. Alright, time for the crash test, even though you can see that I already have crashed it multiple times. And it's smoking. Is that the brakes? This car is smoking the brakes. Alright, so this is a pretty good comparison actually, because you can see how crazy the Pagani crashed, and you can just see how like smooth this car is. I don't even want to say the name again because it's kind of hard to say. I'm not really a fan of Italian words because they're always so hard to say. But here we go. Here is the bend. So overall, I think the best one we tested, even though I'm not a fan of Lamborghinis, is probably the Lamborghini. It's had the smoothest steering. It had the it was just a balanced car. thing is pretty good. Except it only starts on the second time. This thing is just the easiest to drive. There's no random power bursts or anything like that. It's just smooth. But anyways, that'll do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me testing out these supercars, because honestly it was just like a little self-experiment, because I downloaded these mods and I wanted to test them. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.